Welcome to the International News Channel, News LD. Today we present to you a news entitled,
All the best new movies and TV are international. Here are 3 to watch this weekend. If you happen to have been floundering in the fields of leisure this spring, you're not alone. The displayer is off to what I'd name an odd begin, with a number of beloved TV sequences concluding with fanfare and a number of high-quality indie movies sneaking into theaters. However, there's not a lot that's new and actually nice breaking by. Hollywood is as fixated as ever on IP, streaming at all times has a number of tips up its sleeve. The Diplomat on Netflix and Useless Ringers on Prime are each a new sequence value attempt. However, the query of what glorious new factor to watch has by no means been extra bedeviling. Personally, I look overseas at instances like these, and positive sufficient. 2 improbable international movies are opening this weekend, and a gripping Italian true crime sequence appeared on Hulu earlier this month that has barely been written about. In order that makes 3 worldwide choices on your weekend, all far and away the finest new issues I've seen this year. The Eight Mountains opens in Choose Theaters on April 28th. This ravishing film, shot principally in the Italian Alps, comes from a pair of Belgians, Felix van Groeningen and his associate, Charlotte van der Meers, who had been new names to me. I hadn't seen Van Groeningen's 2012 movie The Damaged Circle breakdown nor learned the 2016 novel on which The Eight Mountains relies. However, unprepared is the finest means to go into this film, which appears like a discovery and like one thing made out of time, in the absolute best means, filmed with what will need to have been excessive problem in a distant, high-altitude part of Italy. The Eight Mountains bewitches you with a narrative of 2 mates who type an in-depth attachment that carries them by the confusions of maturity. It's a tough film to describe, easy as it's, however, as a twin coming-of-age story, The Eight Mountains has unusual gravity and gorgeousness, and a shifting generosity towards the 2 male mates at the heart, performed by the good-looking actors Luca Marinelli and Alessandro Borghi. It begins in the mid-80s, when the metropolis boy, Pedro, is introduced on vacation by his dad and mom to a quiet alpine village, the place he meets Bruno, a rustic child who befriends him and takes him adventuring round the lakes and mountains. A fisher kindsman Pedro's father, an overworked businessman from Torn, consists of Bruno in a mountaineering expedition and Pedro can't match his younger good friend's prowess. The 2 boys drift aside and are solely reunited after Pedro's father's demise. Of their grief, Pedro and Bruno, now younger males, construct a mountain cabin in the older man's honor. The filmmakers truly constructed this cabin at 7,000 toes. See a unique clip from a spectacular setting beneath. Different alpine sequences are filmed giddily by helicopter and considerably frighteningly in the depths of winter. Pedro and Bruno expertise nothing extra advanced than the derangements of rising older, of creating decisions and errors, however of their bond in the breathtaking panorama through which it's shaped. This cautious accounting of their lives is profound.